So my first video on Classroom of the Elite was covering my thoughts on not only the show itself but also the overall development and the fan reception. This video is based on what I think of the show as a standalone anime adaptation, no excuses, no mitigating circumstances to bring to context. And this show is terrible. And I know this is rich coming from the guy who made 6 videos on the series. However, I made my point as to why I did. Provide clarity for anime onlys who are somewhat intrigued but don't care enough to read the source material themselves. I'm doing most of you guys a favour. Now, I understand streamlining content is a thing when making adaptations, but if Lurch stuck to only streamlining the story, then I'd probably hold my hands up and accept it for what it is. But some of the changes are really difficult to figure out why they're there. Even if they are trying to make a different version for certain characters, it's really hard to say I even agree on some of those alterations. Okay, there aren't any significant changes between the light novel characters and their anime counterparts, save one, but the altered moments in the anime are still kinda jarring nonetheless. Now to move on to that one character that's the exception, Kiyotaka Ayanokoji. I remember reading a good chunk of the source material and somewhere along the way, oh my god, the anime screwed this character thought came to mind. I want to say Ayanokoji is misunderstood by anime fans, but the way Lurch have gone about portraying him, it seems like they said from the start of the show that they were intending to make their own version of the main character. In my opinion, the only time the anime gets Ayanokoji's character moment accurate to the light novel in terms of his long-term goal and effectively being the central cause to a lot of things in the story, because again, he's the main character, are 2 times in the whole show. The end of the 2nd season and the end of the 3rd season. That thought there is just really annoying the more I think about it. It is always going to be funny to me that this show got delayed, because how can something look so low budget deserve a reschedule? What, were Lurch playing around with their fingering until the last minute and were like, oh crap, we need more time? And to make matters worse, the off-model characters still appeared and they were off-putting. Now, while I can get by the fact that Lurch outsourced scenes like other studios, the thought of them needing help for what looks like PowerPoint slides with panning and zooming is again hilarious. Despite what I've said about Lurch, with all things considered about the series, the studio was set with an impossible task. Cramming light novel volumes in a season is one thing, but put that together with a story that's not in the action genre, it was always going to be a big ask to expect a large fan base to fall in love with the series. Despite all this, the story has managed to do that because of the story, not because of the animation. I guarantee you, the people that hate it, it's because of the animation or the slow pacing. While I can say the slow pacing is more of a them issue personally, I cannot say the same for the quality that this series is animated. I honestly hate whichever parties were involved in sanctioning the series to what really seems like a studio that is understaffed and do not receive enough compensation for these jobs. And this is annoying because I have to be, and frankly am, thankful for this show existing, otherwise it would have taken me a lot longer to come across the light novel. But there has to be better adaptations that might even be able to make people interested in reading the rest of the series. Come on people, publishers, producers, licensors, whatever, see better, do better. Do I want to see a season 4? Of course, but only if there's a significant improvement. That's it, rant done. Hope you enjoyed, leave a like. As I've said before, I do not have any current plans to dive into previous seasons, but a load of good feedback might change my mind. Have a blessed one folks, see ya.